Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your mittens together for the one, the only, the big-ass man,
What?
Santa Claus!
Well, it's that time of year again, and I hope you kids have been good, especially nice with what you say to other people.
The average American can do very little insofar as digging communist espionage agents out of our government is concerned. They must depend upon those of us whom they send down here to man the watchtowers of the nation. The thing that the American people can do is to be vigilant day and night to make sure they don't have communists teaching the sons and daughters of America.
You know, we look at the threats we're facing now. We see the IRS demanding of citizen groups. Tell us what books you're reading. Tell us the content of your prayers. Let me tell you something. The federal government has no business asking any American the content of our prayers.
Donald J. Trump is calling for, now listen, you got to listen to this one because this is pretty heavy stuff, and it's common sense, and we have to do it. Remember the poll numbers, 25%, 51%. Remember the poll numbers. Okay, so remember this. So listen. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
The student now goes to college to proclaim rather than to learn. The lessons of the past are ignored and obliterated in a contemporary antagonism known as the generation gap. A spirit of national masochism prevails, encouraged by an effete core of impudent snobs who characterize themselves as intellectuals.
For his own benefit, should contact the president immediately and point out to him, perhaps, that he and I and many of us campaigned and promised the American people we would no longer engage in government by secrecy, whitewash, and cover-up. And I think that these facts should be brought to the president because the American people will not stand for this. Let's go through, let's lay all the facts upon the table. And we can't lay the facts upon the table if we're going to draw an iron curtain.
Is that they refuse to acknowledge radical Islamic terrorism. They refuse to say the words. We saw Hillary Clinton in the debate this weekend. She would not say radical Islamic terrorism.
Excuse me, extremist point of view, I was against the war in Iraq in 2003, 2004. Cheney's the one that started the war in Iraq. You talk about an extremist. I mean, Cheney started the war in Iraq, which should have never been started, because as I said then, and I say now, you will destabilize the Middle East. Somebody calls me an extremist. I am not an extremist. I'm the opposite. I'm somebody that understands what's going on. When you look at what happened with Iraq and the war in Iraq, which should have never been started, and then I'm called an extremist, I don't think so.
A law-abiding American who believes in his country needs a strong voice to articulate his dissatisfaction with those who seek to destroy our heritage of liberty and our system of justice, to penetrate the cacophony of seditious drivel emanating from the best publicized clowns in our society and their fans in the Fourth Estate.
But when people are pounded night after night with that kind of frantic, hysterical reporting, it naturally shakes their confidence. And yet, don't get the impression that you arouse my anger. You see,
I have that impression.
you see, one can only be angry with those he respects.
What the hell? Ah, that man's not nice, so he's only getting coal in his stocking. Oh, here's some the new boss, same as the old boss. Won't get fooled again. WHACKO-TV.